Hello. Hello, everybody. It's evening meditation for those in the UK. Elsewhere, maybe afternoon or morning. It's starting in 4 minutes officially. So if you're watching this after, feel free to scroll forward. Good evening, Kirti Patel on Facebook. Arrived early in preparation. Have you had a good day? Good evening, David and Elizabeth and Elsa. Hello. Anything to share? Anything you'd like to share? Good evening, Heather. Any questions? We had a good discussion on Sunday, didn't we? Not this Sunday, but the next Sunday, we're continuing our exploration of meditation on death, exploring the wheel of life. Good evening, Polly and Tony. Hello, Anne. Normally late, says Kirsty, but today early. Hopefully you can stay for the whole thing. Hello, Elizabeth. And Kate, just in the nick of time. Are you sitting outside, Kate, with the wind blowing and the sky, the big sky behind you? Perfect. Perfect. Hello, Julie. How are you today? Well, look at that. It's 7:30 in England in the evening. And it is the 23rd of July, 2020. And it is our 123rd consecutive meditation. And we started the Meditate with Adam series on March the 23rd. And it's now July the 23rd. How about that then? Nice to see Michelle making her Soli Hull Thursday night appearance. What a habit. A weekly habit. Habits are helpful. It's helpful to get into good habits. And it's helpful to try to align our existence. If we are trying to be present and awake in these meditations, is what we're doing. We're waking up our mind. We're not becoming stones. It's a subtle difference in meditation. There's so many different subtleties in meditation. It's quite easy to get sidetracked if we don't apply mindfulness and alertness to our training. But I was saying last night on the Mindspace Plus course, the majority of people are lay who have, well, they're called householders in the sense that a lay life with responsibilities and distractions. So we tend to spend most of our time outside meditation. Some people, the odd person, may spend more time in meditation than out of meditation. They're quite exceptional these days. Even in meditation centers, there can be, busy activity with development and building work and expansion and so forth, administration. But if our life is predominantly out of meditation, as in formal meditation, to give our formal meditation a chance, we need to try to be mindful and to try to do one thing at a time and be in the present moment. Yeah. And appreciate how our world is an appearance to our mind. In the same way, when we meditate and we observe the cloud-like thoughts rising from our mind, when we come out of meditation and we see this world appearing, like now I'm seeing a computer and another one over there, and then out there trees and sky. Where's that coming from? Where does it arise from? It's an appearance to my mind. It's arising from my mind in the same way these conceptual thoughts and distractions arise from the sky of the mind in meditation. And we say, don't we, they're clouds arising in the sky of our mind when we open our eyes and look out at our world, look around. This is an appearance to our mind as well. We try to have a meditative experience of our life, to give ourselves a chance to do that. We need to try to unhypnotize ourselves. Often there's this confusion that meditation is some kind of, we're going into some kind of trance, that we're hypnotizing ourselves. It's not actually waking up. A lot of the time we are hypnotized in our daily life by our phone, for example. We're sucked in, aren't we? Difficult to put it down. And our mind is continuously splitting. A split mind is an unhappy mind. When our mind is split and distracted, we don't see the presence of unhappiness because it's distracted. But if we were to stop, go and we see an unhappy mind. Often beneath that, This is why sometimes when we stop and we're alone, we immediately try to split our mind again so we don't have to deal with what's going on inside. It's the art of distraction. And we can excel at it, become masters of it, and have these glorious distractions. Yeah. It's like we can go from one to the other, don't we? So our mind, we get into the habit of having a split mind. So when we meditate, our mind is split. It's still got that habit of being split. And that won't lead to peace. It'll just lead to further noise. The way to aid our meditation, formal meditation, is to unsplit our mind out of meditation. So when we're driving. We're not looking at our phone. When we pull up at a traffic light and we're in a traffic jam, we just sit there, just driving, not feeling the need to look at our phone. Just common sense. Yeah. But we get hypnotized by technology and social media and the news, and allow it to influence us. Allow ourselves to get in a fearful, paranoid state from continuously being pulled into the news. What can I be fearful about today? Yeah, I've got into the habit of doing it. I may as well do it again. I might check the news after this meditation. I felt the fear going down a bit, the fear levels going down. Yeah, that's not good, is it? Got to keep the fear. Go and check the news just in case I've missed something. Yeah. And so, of course, it's pulling the mind away from settling and going in. It's just habits. I could talk about this again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Yeah, but only we know our habits, don't we? And if we have habits that pull us one way, and then in meditation we expect to come another way, of course it's not going to work. You have to try and align everything so it's one life. Yeah, that's why, the book that I wrote, it's Guide to the Mindful Way of Life. Yeah, way of life, as opposed to once a week or whatever it is, 10 minutes a day. If we really want to benefit from these practices, we have to somehow integrate our daily activities in a joyful way, not in a this is what I must do. You see the benefit. Yeah. And then when you come and sit down to meditate, which we're going to do very soon, when you close your eyes, bang, you're there. Yeah, because you've been there all day. So meditation is a lot easier. Yeah, that's the secret to, blissful, concentrated meditation is to have a mindful way of life outside of it. Do one thing at a time. Go through the pain barrier, like when you're driving and you want to pick up your phone and whatever it is. You see the tendency, but you stop the habit by not doing it and then going back to it. It's a bit painful, but you overcome it and then create that new habit. And then the next time you want to do it, there's a bit more strength going the other way, and you stop doing it. Eventually you'll just stop doing it. It's a bit painful initially, but eventually no interest. you see the benefits of doing one thing at a time. It's much, much more meaningful than splitting the mind like that. Okay. Let's once again try to focus our mind. Taking some deep breaths. Holding the breath when we can. And releasing in our own time. And setting a compassionate intention. How wonderful if all living beings could be free from their suffering. Our heart going out and then we engage in the 9-round breathing. 3 times to clear any blockages in our body and mind. abiding in the present moment. My body like a mountain. My breath like the wind. And my mind like the sky. And we settle into the vast space of the mind. Mind clear, formless, functioning to know, cognize, very mindful that we're abiding in this space. And alert to see if our mind drifts off. And if it begins to drift off, see this drifting like a cloud arising from the vast space of the mind. Try to catch the drifting, see it, and let it go. And of course, the breath, the constant wind, And as our session draws to a close, we dedicate all the good energy from our meditation for healing across the world and peace to arise in the minds of all living beings, and through the power of our group meditation, may this come about. Okay, thank you very much. When you're ready, please bring your session to a close. When we conclude our meditation and go into our daily activities, daily action, try to transform that daily action by focusing on what we're doing, being mindful. And then when we come to sit down in meditation again, I'll be here at 8 a.m. tomorrow, or whenever you sit down to meditate again. If you try to do one thing at a time, your meditation will have a lot more power. Have a good night, and I might see you tomorrow.